It is the 31st of December 2023, just a few hours for us to start 2024. I would like to welcome you to UBC News Tonight on UBC TV Inspiring Uganda. My name is Sharon Chamdisha, and let's take a look at what has been making the news today. Coming up, Prime Minister Nabanja tips change at district local government officials on income generation. Security agencies, private security organizations and event organizers enhance visibility and alertness. East Choga Police cautions the public against unauthorized use of fireworks. And in our sports stories, Ugandan athlete Benjamin Kiplangat found dead in Kenya. You're watching UBC TV and my name is Sharon Chamdisha once again. We start off with President Museveni, who has delivered his New Year's address packed with economic development strategies, a renewed commitment to fighting corruption and a call for regional integration and continued counter-terrorism efforts. Focusing on wealth creation, Museveni emphasized four key sectors: commercial, agriculture, industry, services and ICT. On corruption, Museveni acknowledged parasites hindering progress and vowed to continue smoking them out. Museveni praised regional integration as a pathway to prosperity through expanded markets. President Museveni also addressed the ongoing fights against Congolese terrorists, praising air attacks for their effectiveness and reiterating the importance of internal vigilance and intelligence gathering. Take a look.
This expansion is by those families that listened to our message. What will happen if all the families with land for agriculture listen to our message? This is my question. So this is point number one I want to give to you in this new year. The other sectors of wealth and job creations are industry, services and ICT. Industry has got two parts: factories and artisanship. We now have 8,617 factories in Uganda, employing 829,000 people. Those factories, you can see them all over the place. You get towns of factories. In the past, we had thousands of shops. All the colonial shops were full of buduka. Batunda uzi, batunda umuzugo gwetara, Vaseline biki. Naye mukati yaleta amatawuni g'amakolero. You find the whole area full of makolero. Singambalaga n'amamve. Mzee Moi at one time closed the border, but I rejected the arguments for retaliation, because some people say, oh, we must retaliate. I said, I cannot retaliate. I cannot. If he has closed, let him close, but me, I will not retaliate. Today, Uganda's exports to Kenya are either equal to our imports from there, or sometimes they are higher. So by refusing to be in that mistake, the issue of Kenya and Uganda border issues was resolved. Rationality cannot be ignored indefinitely. We shall continue discussing with our East African community partners, and I'm sure we shall end up with a real common market free of non-tariff barriers, because those barriers hurt the wananchi of all our countries. I've just given you the simple example of banning rice. You hurt the Uganda consumers, you hurt the Tanzanian producers. So if there is mobilization, actually some people think they get popularity out of that. But if you get good mobilization, those who are doing that can get can really be exposed. You are making us. We don't have enough money, and you are. I can block imports of other countries far away, from whom we don't have reciprocal benefits. We are continuing to destroy those people in Congo using mainly air attacks because they are faster and can reach everywhere. In desperation, the terrorists have been trying to send squads into Uganda to kill unarmed civilians and plant bombs. They are able to do this because the border is unclosable. It is long and has got many crossing points, many of them in the bush. Besides, we do not want to close the border because we shall disrupt the lives of the brother peoples of Congo and Uganda.
In more stories, Prime Minister Robert Nabanja has urged women to contribute actively to household incomes rather than relying solely on their husbands. Speaking at the closure of a week-long training seminar for Muslim women leaders from all mosques in Kakumiro district, Nabanja emphasized the transformative potential of women-led income-generating projects.
Nabanja acknowledged the peace ushered in by President Yoweri Museveni and the NRM government and encouraged women to leverage this stability for economic development.
Mukimanyira abakazi abasiraamu engeso kikulu muno ekikusemberayo kimu tukusaba muhagire NRM bambi muwagire NRM muleke tuwagire President Museveni ogwo habwensonga nkaisatu ensonga ekubanza Uganda ekahindura oba president mukwijuka akabawo kabaka yeka nankole akabawo bote yaijamini yaijamanya biraisa manya yaijamuwanga yaijokero yaija byona mubimanyiri owawo ko mukombeka weibati balo ani tukafunawo korasi bwebali ne bakyusa ba presidenti hano tukakulakula Kakumiro.
Kakumiro District CAD appealed to the government for support in the form of means of transport to aid the spreading of religious teachings.
Nja kusima ekyakandi ifo tujotairo mu Uganda hano omu Busiramu. I just wonder ati ningamba awisiro leze mama nkusaba utakalugire hano tugambire tukumisinga nkaha kugenda n'obahama motoka kuliko omwana w'omuka.
Hajat Mariam Basemera, representing women leaders, highlighted the seminar's objectives aimed at helping women leaders.
Kaba kyokusomesa abakyara mu bintu ebitale bimu muli ebi tubeeremu na kubasomesa ebyenkorakorana ebyobwomezi ebyobuyonjo mu maka hamu.
Later in the day, the Prime Minister met with leaders from Nkoko, Bwanswa and Nkoko Town Council who commended the NRM government for achievements in their respective areas. Addressing leaders, Nabanja challenged them to combat high school dropouts rates in Kakumiro, emphasizing the importance of completing the education cycle for children.
I have no statistics here, but they are saying the dropout rate of Kakumiro is overwhelming. Abana akutandika P1 tibakwikaka P7 iwe kiramani okuba twakubalula kyaro n'abakyara mukontakula abaana bano ba Prime Minister banyica mulabayanka.
The Prime Minister is currently meeting with local leaders across the district to assess government service delivery and plan for the new year 2024.
Tungire ICT block kandi eyo bagimalirize kandi batwongere nesente bajja kwongera kusemeza n'ebyombeko ebindi.
Reka mbanze kusima gavumenti yaitu ye NRM habw'ebintu ebikozerwe omwihanga lyaitu muno mu Nkoko sub county. Mbaye ninsaba mbalabizemu mu bintu ebisoboire kukolebwa.
Ekyange nkwita kubanza n'okusiima gavumenti yaitu ya NRM habw'ebirungi ebyetukoleire. Nkubasaba tugitere mu ngalo. Engalo ezakani nkubasaba mwiterero w'ekitiinisa Prime Minister nitwe baani abali hano.
Security agencies working with private security organizations and event organizers have enhanced visibility and alertness towards New Year's Eve celebrations. All facilities permitted to host events have hired private security guards as guided by the police to ensure safety of revelers. Our team reached on some venues to ascertain deployments.
To counter security threats and other uncertainties during the ushering in of the new year, police instructed event organizers to follow strict rules of keeping revelers safe.
Of anything that happens, it is them that will be responsible. You held a meeting here to decide on how this function or the event should go on.
Event organizers and religious leaders with the permission to congregate for crossover night prayers are required to deploy private security to enhance policing activities.
So be alert, and we ask you to cooperate with security agencies. Give them any information that you have within your possession.
All venues with permission to display fireworks are required to meet set standard operating procedures, including proper evacuation plan in case of any incident.
Our territorial commanders have been tasked to watch out for organizers who set off fireworks outside the permitted times, which can be dangerous to the public. So they have been tasked to police the event and create task teams to prevent disruptions caused by forbidden fireworks. In addition, and in close coordination with the contractors, they shall review and approve the location of the proposed fireworks discharge sites, provide supervision and guidance. At their discretion, they will have the authority to suspend or terminate the display due to weather or any other grounds deemed unsafe. All displays shall be set up employing methods for interrupting firing in case an unforeseen danger becomes evident.
It should be noted that at the eve of 2023, during fireworks displays, a stampede occurred at Freedom City, which left at least 11 people dead. Abdul Nasile Lubama and Rogers Komagum for UBC.
As the anticipation for New Year 2024 builds, East Choga Police has issued warnings to the public against unauthorized use of fireworks in Tasso region. Our Sorority correspondent Salome Among filed this report.
Regional Police Commander Damari Nachuha has emphasized the caution, highlighting that blasting unauthorized fireworks poses a risk and will not be tolerated.
Before displaying fireworks, permission has to be sought from IGP. Then they must be blasted by professional blasters. Must take only maximum of 5 minutes. And as the security teams, we are going to inspect the venues that have been cleared already by IGP to confirm that these venues fit the standards as guided by IGP.
Nachuha stated that the police will only permit fireworks in locations that have received clearance from police headquarters.
We expect to have fireworks across the region. Some of the companies that submitted earlier to IGP have been cleared and the list has been available to us. Though others are still being vetted and the list shall be provided and shall inform the public accordingly.
Nachuha assured the public that security personnel will maintain joint patrols to crack down on criminal activities during New Year celebrations.
We expect to continue with the operations against criminality, and those criminals who could have been spared or who could have escaped during the last operations, please, you stay warned.
This comes in the wake of ongoing deployment efforts since December 18th, 2023.
Muslim youth in Kinkizi East are urging the government to consider designing programs in which Muslims can engage without compromising their faith. The youth argue that their religion prohibits them from using funds subjected to interests, as it contradicts Islamic beliefs. Area Member of Parliament Dr. Chris Bariomonsi addressed these concerns, stating that government programs are inclusive and efforts will persist to involve Muslims in development initiatives. Take a look.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Member of Parliament for Kinkizi East, Dr. Chris Bariomonsi, has encouraged Muslims in Kanungu district to promote peace and work diligently towards prosperity in the year 2024. While officiating the opening of the end-of-year conference for Muslim youth at Kanungu Mosque, the legislator acknowledged Islam as a noble religion.
In that deep spirituality, yo kweshengereza mwe mwagira ngo kweshaheze nezo kusara Muslimu hari kubari hona n'utwa yo munchiko heru uri Muslimu yaroga no murukiko yaza kusara ini kanyakara bindi tabakuratira Kristo gwe commitment tujindi.
The youth disclosed that across 11 mosques in Kinkizi East, they have ventured in poultry, goats and other enterprises for livelihood, yet they require additional support.
For us, we Muslim youth, because we have heard God message from him, he has promised to support our projects which are going on so far, so we are very happy.
Expressing concern, they highlighted potential exclusion from government programs designed for livelihood improvement due to their faith's prohibition against borrowing or lending with interest. The minister reassured Muslims of the government's commitment to supporting them in both life enhancement programs and religious needs.
For us, when those government programs come, when there is money for interest, we don't find ourselves there, because we are there. If we engage ourselves, then we are out of the laws. We are out of our boundaries. Therefore,
and so they have expressed a challenge with the parish development model. But as government, we believe that the parish development model does not belong to those programs which are meant for profit making, like these circles in the villages or other organizations which give money and charge people interest.
That if there is a program which is coming from the government there, the minister should take our message to reach the president such that it can be special or even either for Muslims only, then for others they can continue as they want, because for us we cannot engage in anything which is prohibited in Islam. That is.
But at the national level, government is going to engage with the leadership of the Islamic faith in order to strike an understanding that the PDM does not, in our view as government, contradict the teachings and the beliefs of the Islamic faith. And therefore we want all Ugandans to benefit from a Myoga parish development model and other initiatives, including our brothers and sisters of the Islamic faith. Because we would...
Ivan Kahwa, UBC News in Kanungu district.
With the need to enhance justice to Ugandans, Judiciary is to construct 8 courts in the year 2024 in different parts of the country. As we complete 2023, 7 courts at different levels across the country were constructed, including the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal in Kampala that are expected to be occupied in February 2024.
The Judiciary Performance Report of 2022-2023, launched by the Chief Justice Alphonse Chigamoyo Wunyidoro, in October this year, over 266,323 cases were disposed of out of 422,672 caseload, making a reduction of 27.4% from 32% in the previous year. The reduction in case backlog is attributed to the increased number of judicial officials and the enhancement of judiciary budget from 199 billion to 381 billion.
Criminal cases were the most registered cases and also the most completed. The rise of criminal cases can be attributed to population growth and urbanization. The judiciary completed a total of 266,323 out of a total caseload of 422,672.
As of October 2023, overall courts closed with a pending caseload of 156,349 caseload, of which 42,960 were backlog, which stood at 27.48%. Judiciary has, however, put various mechanisms to address case backlog, among others, the alternative dispute resolution mechanism.
We are going to have more of mediation and plea bargaining, use of small claims procedure, and automation of court processes. Daily hearing of cases under the criminal division. We have now put in place mechanism to facilitate disposal of backlog cases through court sessions.
During the East African Magistrates and Judges Association Conference, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni asked the judiciary to focus on building public trust as they render justice to litigants.
I have often encountered public outcries by the Wananchi about the unfriendly workings of courts, including unclear procedures, unpleasant experiences such as long adjournments, delayed judgments, and corruption tendencies. We also need to harmonize our judicial systems.
You see, the moment we reduce the cases in court, the public will have trust in us. The average time it takes from filing to dispose of cases was 2 years and 4 months. This time we shall keep reducing it to at least 2 years.
With the need to save the money spent on renting, Judiciary came up with a plan to build the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal, the twin towers situated in Kampala, operate to be completed in February 2024.
The 99% which I'm talking about is the conference room is ready, the chambers are ready, the courts are ready. The only thing that is remaining is just testing the electrical system, testing the firefighting system, and we shall save government the rent of about 9.9 billion shillings, which have been paying in terms of rent.
Other constructions that are still pending include 8 courts at different levels in different parts of the country in the year 2024, which will also include renovation of courts. The courts include Soroti High Court, Lukunjiri High Court, Arbatong Chief Magistrates Court, Liantonde Chief Magistrates Court, Bodaka Chief Magistrates Court, Abim Magistrates Court, Kalenga Magistrates Court, and Patong Magistrates Court.
We have carried out renovation of many courts, 15 of them. Commercial Court, Mubende, Mbare, Guru. I'm using the word if, because you see it can be in the plan, and if the money does not come, then you can't construct them. We have got land which has been given to us in Mbarara. It's in the region of about maybe 2 billion, 2-point-something billion.
The judiciary is ranked among the institutes of government that are most corrupt. However, in the year 2023, some means have been put in place to counter the vice.
And these include 1 inspector of courts, which we are strengthening by putting in more staff. We have introduced uniforms to support staff, especially the process servers, especially the drivers and court clerks. We have introduced toll-free lines, especially those who are joining at magistrate grade area, magistrate grade 1. We have now put, as a matter of policy, induction courses, CCTV cameras around the courts.
Since the inception of Electronic Court Case Information Management System (ECMIS), that is the filing of cases, as of now with the use of that system, functionality stands at 28% in 8 courts.
Some people want a particular judge, a particular magistrate to handle their matter, but this system is doing away with it because the system is going to automatically allocate a file to a given officer.
Non-tax revenue has also improved from 5 billion to 7 billion, and this has increased to about 64%. We have had a video conferencing system in place, digital court recording and transcribing system has been put in place. 85 courts have been installed with this video conference, with digital recording.
Following the milestones achieved in the judiciary this year ending, the arm is still grappling with the challenge of limited manpower that stands at 46%, which in turn hinders service delivery.
Inadequate staff among institutions that work with judiciary, inadequate manpower, is going to be addressed by continuing to recruit more judicial officers and administrative staff to deploy in these courts.
Plans are underway to have regional courts of appeal so that appeal cases from high courts are resolved at the regional level. Judiciary is in the process of acquiring a marine boat to operate on the islands of Kalangala and Buvuma. At the close of the financial year, a 30% partial payment had been made to commence construction of the marine boat.
Dr. Pius Bigirimana, however, assures Ugandans more service delivery in the year 2024 than ever before.
We plan for more reforms in the laws in the following areas: amend the Magistrates Courts Act, revise the Magisterial Areas Instrument of 2017.
We shall continue to operationalize new courts across the country. Operationalize meaning having the infrastructure but also starting it. Increase the coverage of automated services, improving from what we have under ECMIS, the 8 courts, to second and third cluster. We shall focus on quick disposal of commercial and land disputes because these 2 divisions have got a lot of implication for the economy.
In the financial year 2023-2024, Judiciary will operate under a budget of over 392 billion. Deborah Namamonde, Nantong Rebecca, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Deborah Namamonde. Bishop of Madian West Nile Diocese, Right Reverend Charles Collins Andaku has challenged people of West Nile to desist from laziness as a New Year resolution for 2024. He noted that laziness fuels poverty into communities like you're about to witness in the report.
Bishop Charles Collins Andaku has described poverty as the biggest disease that is disabling community prosperity in West Nile. He was delivering a New Year message at St. Peter's Church, Hayelembe, in Arua district.
We need to repent of laziness. In our society, laziness has captured us. If you are going to continue to be lazy this year, you will not make anything better. Laziness is a sin. Laziness is a disease.
He says serious people can evaluate their past efforts and set a resolution to improve on the weaknesses for a better new year, adding that there is need to make friends.
Now when you say Happy New Year, you are saying that this new year is going to be better than last year. So if you want this new year to be good for you, you then need to evaluate last year. What did you do that went well? And what did you do that didn't go well? And finally, make this year's resolution.
Christians, however, want to implement the bishop's advice.
I made friends, but many of those are not there. So I intend to commit myself to what he said, that I must continue making friends I must continue working harder to make my retirement a good thing. You know, many old people like me die quickly because they isolate themselves. They stay away.
I'm happy for the New Year message that Bishop had given unto us today, and I've taken note of things that are bad, but at least I'm not going to repeat them. Especially in the message, they talked about the element of laziness, and I believe that come next year, we'll be able to work hard.
In the business sector, Arua City Chamber of Commerce Chairman Ronald Debo appeals for government support to the private sector.
80% of our GDP as a country is run by the private sector. That means all activities generated, day-to-day things, it is the private sector driving it. We pay a lot of tax. Now, us in the private sector, we deserve the best from government. We deserve fair treatment. We deserve to be given opportunities to do business, because at the end of the day, we pay back taxes.
Joseph Fodamon, UBC News, in Arua.
2023 is coming toward an end. It's gone, but a range of perspectives have emerged on the year's narrative. UBC talked to individuals of various backgrounds to assess the past year and expectations of 2024. Take a look.
For the year 2023, chapters have closed and stakeholders from various sectors and agencies have voiced their perspective on the challenges, but 2024 is another year to ponder about.
Generally, it has not been all that a very good year because people have worked tediously, tooth and nail, to see that they put things in order. They offset the challenges of loans, rehabilitations, and putting up infrastructure. Policies also from the Minister of Education in school fees cap, the registration of schools, putting schools in order, especially those who are in premises that are not meant to be for school infrastructure, that are called upon by next year to change use.
We appeal to government to have one unit that puts in place the fuel price, so that when I go to Shell petrol station, the amount of money I pay for a liter is the same I pay when I go to Total Energies. So that one also, we wonder why those who sell fuel don't have the same price, yet they are selling the same product.
This is a sounding call for governmental action to address critical issues, particularly uplighting and bolstering agricultural sector. At least 68% of the population living in rural areas are in the sectors, which contributes 24% of the GDP. The next step is value addition and improving the agroeconomy.
A disconnect between the farmer and the market. Who is supposed to create that? Who is supposed to offer that? The best way you offer that is government must get involved with farmers by offer them incentives. Incentives like machinery, incentive like pesticides, incentive like real market. If you tell me, for example, somebody must say farmers must be paid. No, farmers don't want to be paid. Farmers have been growing food and sustaining the economy of Uganda when government was not even giving them money. They are into business, they understand that. But government must step in providing affordable loans to farmers.
Government initiatives targeting job creation, skills development and sustainable economic growth uplift communities' livelihoods and address poverty.
If we do agriculture intentional, it will be cheaper to produce food in Uganda than in any other country around us.
For our own use and sell.
And sell and have the surplus. Things are in surplus, but is it sellable? Is it marketable? So to me, I think in the next, this year 2024, Ugandans must make agriculture as a priority, as number one, and we must be intentional. If you have people, for example, like for us in Chiriandongo, for us in Karamoja, let me give you an example in Karamoja. 500 young people who were about to starve to death, now they are working on the project in Karamoja. They're being paid every day.
So 2024 is already here. Policymakers must act now to catalyze change and implement strategies that empower the nation's most vital sectors.
Moving on from that, as the year draws to a close, many individuals take moments to reflect on their lives and set goals for the upcoming year. One meaningful approach to this is through New Year prayer points for Christians, coupled with sports and cultural events for the youth and other forms of entertainment.
In Busia, the community has created an atmosphere for experiencing gratitude and anticipation for what the new year holds. Pastor Egesa Wilson of Spring of Life International Ministries Church in Durban, Busia district, emphasizes the significance of prayer in seeking divine guidance, aligning hearts with God's plans. The community in Busia follows a theme for their gatherings, such as today's theme, Pursue, Overcome, and Recover All the Amalekite had taken.
First of all, abantu b'Ebusia baali tebamanyirira bulima, baali tebamanyirira bintu bya kukola n'amaanyi balyoke bafune, baali twamanyirira magendo okukukusa ebintu ofune sente. Mbeera ng'omukubi amanyi nti ngenda kugenda wali mu nnyanja fune ebyennyanja afune sente tumbuulire ebyo. Naye kati esinga bwegenza enkola wajjawo gavumenti yaleeta anti-smuggling unit.
Egesa Wilson mentions the financial challenges faced by many in Busia district, leading some to abandon their families.
The grace of the Lord is going to help you. Amen. Amen. If you fight, just run and come. Because the Lord is going to touch you whenever you want. The hand of the Lord is going to reach you.
Martin Muwanguzi, a pastor at Masavo prisons and a prison warden, serves both the government and God by preaching to inmates.
Abasirikale biseera ebisinga tutrainingibwa okukyusa omubiri, naye waliwo paati eri ey'ensi ey'omwoyo ng'omuntu alina okukyuka mu nsi y'omwoyo. Kati eyo ye paati gyenkola nga nze nti mu mubiri nsobola okukyusa omusibe n'entegeera ye yonna n'endowooza ye yonna, naye ekisinga mu byonna waliwo kye bayita omwoyo, kubanga waliwo omwoyo, waliwo emmeeme, waliwo n'omubiri. Kati kibi nnyo okulwanagana n'omubiri ng'ate obulamu obw'omunda tobukyusizza. Kyobula ebiseera ebisinga omusibe ajja n'asibibwa emirundi ng'esatu mu mwaka, naye kati bw'obeera ng'omukyusizza mu bulamu bwe obw'omwoyo oba mu nsi ey'omwoyo n'okyusa emmeeme ye n'akyusa endowooza ye n'akitegeera n'abeera ne chansi ate n'atabeera na ndowooza eri egamba nti ekkomera ebeera nkomerero.
While some engage in prayers, others celebrate through sports and entertainment under the Banada Sports and Cultural Association. The sports event attracted over 10,000 people, ending the year with cheers for the players. Mabos Lions emerged victorious, beating Boyiye Okenda Kala, the defending champion, through penalty kicks. Godfrey Odero Were, the area member of parliament for Samia Bugwe South, encouraged spectators to undergo voluntary testing due to the high number of sex workers in Busia.
In English,
do not get engaged in actions that are going to cause harm to yourself and your family. So please, I urge you to be cautious, protect yourself. We need your life to support our community. Thank you very much.
The community of Busia ushers in the new year with a blend of spirituality, sportsmanship, and a commitment to public health.
Now, the year 2023 had its challenges, but also achievements, according to some city dwellers that UBC managed to speak to. Now, these attribute the challenges of security threats and increased cases of violence showcased in the year 2023 as a realization to government in strengthening the forces for more peace in the country come 2024.
2023 to city dwellers had both achievements and disappointments. Speaking to some, these gave out challenges that they have experienced in the year 2023. Many articulated how they have battled the year with unemployment.
It has been really challenging because it was the genesis of the life we are experiencing. We had a lot of attacks and challenges here and there.
2023, according to the city dwellers, cases of security threats, land wrangles and violence were witnessed. These cautioned the authority to strengthen forces in such areas and create more awareness on community vigilance for peace.
Nze nkubiriza government okwongerako sensitization eri abantu naddala ku bintu ebikwatagana ne security, self defense and awareness kijja kuyamba nnyo.
We need to enhance the gospel of transformation in our country. I believe that will improve even the security of our country, because violence starts from the heart, and sometimes security may not know what is in your heart until you do it or until it manifests. So
to overcome all those things, they be strict on our leaders, especially MPs, especially ministers, especially security people. They should be strict on those issues so that we be in our country well.
Sesanga Donald, a businessman, urges government that prioritizes development of more city road infrastructure in the coming year for more economic development. Some outlined their expectations for the coming year 2024.
Believe that God, like the motto of our country, for God and my country, I believe that Uganda is going to continue to change. There is going to be more peace, and whatever seems difficult to us, let's surrender it to God. God is the owner and the sustainer of this country.
Ku church sabe kubanga tukusinga focus yona jentaddeko njagala kuzimba
kuleka aspect y'okwekulakulanya n'okulakulanya abantu abaninanye.
Lydia Chomkama, BC News.
Ricky Rapper co-founded Safe Border to make day-to-day commuting safer for everyone. He and his team have added a professional touch to an informal sector with the help of technology. From humble beginnings to the Forbes Africa 30 Under 30 list, Ricky brings a unique perspective to the border business since he too started out as a rider. With Safe Border scaling its operations, we know that this is just the beginning. Ricky, keep moving. You are unstoppable. MTN, the Unstoppable Network, celebrates you. Download the Safe Border app and together, let's support Ugandans like Ricky who are driving our country's unstoppable progress.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
in this family, we can't agree on anything.
Martha.
We can't even agree on what to watch. All the games to play.
Martha.
Ndowoza Mulabi, we can't even agree on what to eat. At least the one thing for now we can all agree on is the soap to use. He likes that it's big and lasts long. Anti-economy. I like that it keeps my skin smooth. Ate alina echovu. And the children like that. It smells amazing. Everyone is happy. Movit soap comes in 4 fantastic flavors. Movit family soap is truly soap for the whole family.
Movit. All day confidence.
In the production process of Aquafina, we expertly filter every drop, providing clear and perfect tasting water to help you keep hydrated with the added benefit of minerals. Aquafina is bottled by Pepsi Cola International in Uganda and is available at only 1,000 shillings.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. Minister of Kampala and Metropolitan Affairs, Hajat Minsa Kabanda, has urged Ugandans to be vigilant during the festive season after security discovered a bomb in Kabalagala. She was speaking at the graduation ceremony of Siraje Walusimbia's son to Sulaiman Walusimbia's spokesperson and State House Advisor on Poverty Alleviation Department.
Minister for Kampala and Metropolitan Affairs, Hajat Minsa Kabanda, condemned corrupt lawyers who deny justice to many. She was speaking at the graduation ceremony for the family of Haji Sulaiman Walusimbi, the spokesperson, State House Advisor, Poverty Alleviation Unit.
About the lawyers and everything, they always side with people with money. So I've told him not to side with people with money. She should behave as a Ugandan, as a Muslim, and as a culture person.
The minister urged Ugandans to be vigilant, especially as they approach the end of the year after a bomb was discovered in Kabalagala, a Kampala suburb.
People should take cautions as with security. Don't go in a popular place. Because last year we lost people at Freedom City, which should not happen this time. Please don't buy tires in the roads, because you always complain about the roads, bad roads and everything. But when you buy tires in the road, on the roadside, everywhere, you're going to get a problem, and it will not remain as it has been. So please, if you can, stay home. If you go to any place, at least take security of yourself.
The Presidential Advisor Poverty Alleviation Department, Joan Kakwenzire, said the judiciary has a role to play in our country and urged the graduates to set an example.
Seriously, we need lawyers, and good lawyers, not corrupt lawyers. It takes more than a lawyer, it takes a judge, and it takes a policeman, and it takes a political will. But we are frustrated with justice.
Haji Sulaiman Walusimbi urged parents to support their children in education, but urged his son to be honest and work for the people.
It's simple to take education because others end at bachelor's level, but with God's guidance, our son has attained this, and he's assuring us that he's raising also to go to PhD. So we pray to God
and maintain it at all levels, and she has advised us to have a peaceful entry into the new year 2024.
In more stories, in the past, celebrating the new year began with the unfolding of events in various sectors. A visit to Nakaseke brought forth Mukwaya Benon's reflections. Amidst the echoes of the past year, elders have shared stories that resonated throughout the year, as you're about to witness.
Starting from my humble roots, in the village of Benado, Chiwoko, Nakaseke district, the tales unfold. Jaja, the custodian of family stories, recounts the trials and triumphs of the past year.
Olunaku luno olusembayo mu mwaka nga tugenda okuyingira omwaka omujja twalutegekeranga ddala bulungi ng'era bwe twategekanga olwa Ssekukkulu kuba nalwo olunaku lukulu nnyo n'okusinga kubanga okumalako omwaka si byangu. Tuyita mu bingi, tuba tulina okusanyuka, tulye bulungi, tubeere nga twesanyusa olw'okumalako omwaka.
Nga basanyufu kwekyo Katonda kyatuwadde ekyokumalako omwaka n'okuyingira mu mulala. Kubanga Mukama okumazaako omwaka omukadde ate n'akuteeka mu mpya kiba kya bbeeyi ng'era olina okwebaza.
Jaja mentions that the rhythms of the life are not disturbed by the changing seasons, and the traditions passed down through generations remain resilient.
Era twakikoleranga ddala nga tukikola abasinga abalina ebisolo byabwe nga basala n'embuzi basala enkoko buli kimu nga bakitegeka.
In the village, they emphasize values such as hard work, humility, and unity. Each community holds on to their customs and celebrates, share, and sustain their way of life.
Baluyingira nga babeera mu ssanyu ne bongeramuko ku ngoma okusanyuka nti bayingidde mu mwaka omupya.
Various activities took place throughout the year with a focus on ensuring a bountiful harvest.
Ajja n'alambula alabe oba onaabye engalo ng'owaata oba onaabye engalo ng'omaze okuwaata. Olwo n'amanya nti ono omwana yakuzibwa bulungi. Amaka ge yavaamu gamanye okukola obulungi emirimu.
Jaja emphasizes the significance of banana harvest, marking the agricultural cycle. The brewing of a special drink, omwenge, also known as banana brew, is the climax of the year.
Abantu basogolanga emyenge gyabwe nga basula abanywa naye waffe twali tetunywa, twali bantu ba ddiini.
You've proved it that celebration of the New Year's Day long time ago differs a lot from what we experience right now. I wish you a happy New Year 2024. I'm Benon Mukwaya in Chiwoko, Nakaseke.
When it is KB o'clock, you need more from your voice bundles. That's why MTN is offering you more minutes across all networks that don't expire. Buy the new 90-minute Freedom Bundle at 5K or the 200-minute bundle at 10K and just with no limit. Katiteri ate, no excuses. Make the call now. Dial *100 *21# or use the My MTN app and enjoy your Freedom Bundle today. MTN. Together we are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply. MTN is regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Welcome back to the last segment of UBC News Tonight. Before we get into the new year 2024, Ugandan athlete Benjamin Kiplangat has been killed in Kenya where he was on holiday. The 34-year-old Kiplangat was found dead last night in a car with a deep knife wound on his neck in the outskirts of the Rift Valley town of Eldoret in Kenya. The Kenyan-born Uganda has represented Uganda internationally between 2006 and 2019 in the 3,000-meter steeplechase, including the World Cross Country Championships, the All Africa Games, the Junior Cross Country Championships, World Junior Championships, the Commonwealth Games, and at the Olympic Games. At the time of his death, Kiplangat had not been in a global race since 2022. Preliminary findings suggest that he was stabbed. Kenya police has launched an investigation to establish the cause of his death. In a groundbreaking to boost Uganda's women's national football team, the Crested Crane coaches embarked on a talent search in rural areas. Now, this initiative came into life during a friendly match hosted in Ibanda district in Imbandituka sub-county tournament. The 2023 Honorable Jane Imbandituka inter-sub-county tournament led to an indelible mark on the people of Uganda as it witnessed the first ever visit of the Uganda Crested Cranes players for a friendly match for talent scouting. Jane Bainomjisha, Ibanda District Woman Member of Parliament, appreciated Crested Crane team and emphasized the importance of talent identification in younger players.
Kakinga Playground in Ibanda North, featuring the Crested Cranes team against the local women's football teams from Ibanda Municipality, Ibanda South and Ibanda North. The 2023 Honorable Jane Imbandituka Inter-Sub-County Tournament left an indelible mark on the people of Ibanda as it witnessed the first ever visit of the Uganda Crested Cranes players for a friendly match for talent scouting. The tournament, organized by Jane Bainomjisha, showcased 3 exciting matches providing entertainment as they scouted for potential talents.
Passion for women. So I am short of words. You're the best.
Farida Bolega, a former coach, expressed the Federation's optimism in developing women's football.
We have seen some talents, but they may not join the national team direct, but we can get them to bring them to clubs and we see that they can develop more skills. Let alone they can join the national team. We should start women's football. It's the way to go, it's the future to go. Once you're fit, you're in sports, everything is good. Everything can be easier for you, plus education. As long as you're playing the football, you can be identified anywhere. It doesn't mean you have to come from Kampala in the central. All of us who came from the village, we belong somewhere. Today we are in the central. So everyone can qualify to the national team as long as is skillful, is talented.
And by name of Namisango Stella, it's been a good challenge. The girls were good. The girls at least we had fun as we and the girls. And what I would like to encourage them is to work hard.
5 players were identified and selected to join women's football clubs in Kampala. Ndaula Fred, one of the women coaches, said talent search will develop women's football.
Mu Ibanda district ate n'okulaba nga tufuna talent empya. Tuyina abaana nga bana batano be twa-identifyinze tugenda kulaba bwe tubeera mupiira ogw'abakazi nguyingiramu 10 ku 10 kubanga ndi kooki waagwo ate nga ndi connected ne bacoaches abalala bangi n'amasomero wansi agasobola okujja okutuyambako tuyamba abaana abawala basobole okulaba nga bafuna education.
In a memorable finish to the Imbandituka tournament, Ibanda North emerged victorious, securing a trophy after scoring against the Crested Cranes with a final score of 1 goal. The Ibanda Imbandituka tournament showcased the skills and potential of local women footballers in a broader initiative to elevate women's football in Uganda. I'm Nafka Farida and Bully Joseph.
Well, thank you so much for watching UBC News tonight with me, Sharon Chomdisha, on the last day of 2023. I was about to say 2024. I pray that you have a prosperous, new, amazing, beautiful year for yourself and your family. From the team and I, have a lovely night and God bless. Bye-bye.
inspiring Uganda. This weekend on UBC.
So let's talk about sexual abuse, starting with the workplace.
What has happened is the men are still dominating the top positions. And so the women are usually having low positions with low pay. So they're more vulnerable. And because of this vulnerability, the men use their power. And I'm not saying, when we say sexual abuse and sexual harassment, even the men can be sexually harassed. I have to correct that. Because we have seen also very powerful women harass or abusing men sexually. But unfortunately, the biggest number of the harassment is women. So because of the vulnerability, it creates the space and the atmosphere of men abusing women or sexually harassing women because they feel they can get away with it. And they know that this woman will not report anyway because no one will believe her. And anyway, she'll be the one to blame. You know, we blame the victims.
Yeah,
oh,
sure.
yeah.
Perhaps she wanted it.
Perhaps she wanted
perhaps
it.
She consented and now she's just coming out because the guy is trying to walk away.
So because of this, no one reports. There are very few reported cases of sexual abuse and sexual harassment. But the officers are there.
Welcome to the Garden of Eden with your marriage anchor, Prosi Buyono.
Roma Limited banno abakolera Better Wine omuli ebika ebya Golden Wine, Special Wine, Hibiscus Wine. Kakati no bakutuusaako Hibiscus Juice ye juice akoleddwa okuyambamu abalina pressure, sukali, abaagala okusala embuto n'amasavu, okunaaza obucaafu mu mubiri, wamu n'abo abalina abaana abalwalalwala. Ky'olina okukola kati abaana bo bawe Hibiscus Juice, naawe yandyetaaza okwongera obutafaali bw'abasirikale mu mubiri, weeyunire Hibiscus Juice. Hibiscus Juice musange mu supermarkets n'amaduuka gonna mu ggwanga. Gw'omusuubuzi naawe amwetaaze, genda ku Roma Limited nga basange Wandegeya ku kizimbe kya Nile wakati wa poliisi y'e Wandegeya ne YMCA. Hibiscus Juice ali mu mills 5 n'ebisatu. Okumanya ebisingawo kuba essimu 0772506155 oba 0704 M6 M3 9